every time they hand the ball off to a Texas running back, who do they end up mentioning as they commentating? Or, they had two guys last year, and a Roshan Johnson and a Bijan Robinson. So I don't even acknowledge who's running the football at the time. So
they are riding Jonathon Brooks. I've seen the ability to not only run with some physicality, but make a guy miss. That to me is paramount among ball carriers, right? He's hitting his head on the goalpost too. And like I said, being able to hold off Cedric Baxter and Blue is no small feat. Those are talented ball carriers that they have here. You know about Xavier Worthy. You see Adonai Mitchell on this list as well. A big proponent of that offense. We talked about Jatavian Sanders as well. A big proponent of this offense. The reason why this offense has been able to stay on track, stay ahead of the chains, continue to move the football and score points is because of Jonathon Brooks.
Boy, Jonathon Brooks, we say we're going to look at him for Texas at running back, and he showed his versatility all through the game as a runner, as a pass catcher. He gets through the line very quickly. Good blend of power, twitchiness, like his bursts and his cutting ability. That's kind of what stands out to me the most about Jonathon Brooks. I think he's the real deal. He's another name. He got to be in the top 5 running backs, man. I think he's worked his way up there, man, because a lot of these other running backs in the country, they're coming off the slow starts. Rocket Sanders, haven't heard about him this season. Trey Benson finally had a big game, but he came out slow. Blake Corum is going to do Blake Corum things, but a lot of these running backs early on are struggling that we had in the top 5. Braylon Allen had struggled a little bit early too in that new offense in Wisconsin. So Jonathon Brooks, he looks like the real deal, Juice.
Hadley, you talked about Jonathon Brooks and the slow start for quite a few of the backs that we kind of had pegged as perhaps the leaders of the pack, the top 5 to 7 players. And of course, Brooks, given the opportunity to start, of course, it was Bijan, Roshan a season ago. We weren't familiar with Jonathon Brooks, right? And every time I watch him, you wonder, okay, it was blocked up really nice and he got a big gain. Okay, that one was kind of easy. But this game and in previous games, but certainly in this contest when we were really focused on him, you could see the lateral agility. You could see the burst that you mentioned. You could see the twitchiness, the ability to make guys miss. He runs behind his pads, but he also possesses that innate ability to make defenders miss, whether it be in close quarters or in the open field. And I agree with you. He certainly worked himself into that top 5-ish conversation among the running backs, particularly with guys across the country having slow starts. Travion Henderson hurt again. You know what I'm saying? We know how consistent Blake Corum is, and it really is a testament to Blake Corum because he's coming off of a significant injury, and he's just right back to it. The thing that stands out with respect to Brooks, and I think what scouts, area scouts, teams, organizations, front offices are going to like is the fact that he's not limited to a scheme, right? I think Brooks could be your lone back 7 yards deep. You know what I mean? I think he could dot the I, and I also think he can play in that shotgun scheme in which a guy like Braylon Allen, whom we love, he struggles. The proliferation of that. There's more of that now than ever. So you're looking for that back who's a little, of course, there are going to be some teams that are going to love Braylon Allen, right? And they run a scheme that is conducive to his skill set. But guys like Brooks, who can play at a high level in a myriad of different run schemes, I think bodes very well for his draft stock.